Hello, good evening, good afternoon, good morning. Welcome back to Moose Racing League Tier 2 here at the Hungaroring for the Hungarian Grand Prix. It is going to be a very thrilling race, I assume. Here we got the track map 4.381 kilometers, 2.738 miles, 14 turns, and only one DRS zone, so it is a very um, very tricky track to master here. As you may have heard, it is the Monaco without the walls, and it is a pleasure to be here. My name is Ian, otherwise known as Testarossa. I am taking the hold of the commentary stream here, and yeah, it's a pleasure to be here. Hopefully, we'll have a good one as from what I'm able to tell here, we already have a little bit of rain coming through. Not sure if it's going to be a full wet session, but it's going to be a little bit tricky for the drivers to manage here. All right, so let me just go ahead and pull up the main audio here, the main stream. So, as you can see, a very wet qualifying. Um, as I mentioned, it's going to be really tricky to navigate, of course. All right, so we got the first couple of teams here. Seems like Gabo and McLaren might be the first one to make it out of the pit lane. So far, so good. Don't have to unmute my TV because I cannot hear anything on my end for some reason. Yes, obviously very tricky condition. Looks really wet here. What else have we got here? We got Dreams, actually the first car on track, I believe. Let me just pull up all the telemetry and all the track map here. That's actually, I think, might be Sheldon Humphrey, who is the first car that's going to cross the finish line here. All of the cars on the inters, nobody's taking the wets, obviously. Oh, is my mic a little bit low? Hold on. So I swear, everything... Uh, oh, I see. That should be a little bit better. Just raising the levels over here in OBS. Anyway, as we got the first hot lap coming through, courtesy of car number 32, Sheldon Humphrey, the Aston Martin. Looking a little bit unstable around the corners, but so far so good. Yeah, going to have to drop off as they come into turn 5, 6. Usually a flat out corner for some people, not in these conditions for sure. Good entry into the chicane, coming into sector 2. Doesn't go wide, doesn't go hit the curb. Looking a little bit of understeery, coming through sector 2. He's just about managed it though. He gets into the exit of turn 11, I believe. He's going to look as he might get a better exit of the final corner. Just about clips the outside, and we got our first time at 132.9. Not terrible. But Dreams immediately yanks the pole position with a 132.4. Very, very good job from the Haas driver there. One of the top people in the tier. I believe he might be first in the standings. Let's see if we got anyone else doing a lap right now. We got plenty, of course. See, I think that's the Alpha Tauri of Bum. He goes into P6 with a 135.3. Still a little bit of time. I would assume that he would want to have a little bit more time of shave off. Let's see what else we got. We got the other Aston Martin of Damie going on his first hot lap, it seems. Gets a little bit squirrely. In fact, looking really squirrely out of turn one, not getting the traction down on these tires. How could you not? There is no dry line yet. Oh, it looks really, really unstable. He's fighting that car. Maybe could be using a dry setup. Who knows? Especially if the track is set to be dry for during the race. But somehow, seems like he managed a purple sector one, despite sliding all over the place. He's gonna hit the chicane here, coming into sector 2. Tries to get the best line into the sector through. Very, very tricky section. Can make or break time here. So far, so good. So heading to the final corner here. Try not to slide the car. Oh, that's it. It's not going to be good enough for a pole position. Far from it. He gets P8. Still not bad, though. A top 10, nonetheless. We got Pete coming on to the straight for his first hot lap. He is actually on the extra wets, which is very interesting. If we have a yellow, I believe, in the beginning of Sector 3, looks like it might have been the Haas of Alex Carew. His dream sets provisional pole once again. Seems to be the man to beat right now. Looking a little bit like he's struggling with the extra wets, not getting as much grip as the guys running the inters right now. It's looking a little bit off during Sector 2. Huge brake force coming into turn 12, turn 11, turn 12. He's trying to get the power down, coming to the final corner. It goes really, really deep. As you can see, the dry line already started to form around here. And with that lap, it's going to be only good for P11. Not where he wants to be, I assume. This guy, with these guys in front, these guys might be on an out lap or a hot lap. You have Golden Drift, the Alpine. So far, so good. Goes a little bit wide, missing just the dry line there on the inside of the corner. And we have Boeing 777. New guy. Setting the provisional pole so far. Not bad. Not bad for the Williams driver there. Looking pretty good so far. Let's close out with Golden Drift here. See how he's doing. And he goes into the pits. So definitely must have lost some time, or maybe he decided that his tires were finally done. Here we have Race Boy and the Sauber, who at one point was meant to be my teammate in Tier 4. Now he's driving for Tier 2 at Sauber. Clips the inside, and yep, the inside of the curbs. Might lose a little bit of time there, but he just about manages to keep it on track. And no, he's actually aborted. He has invalidated his lap. Not exactly what you want to do here. Trying to see. Dreams pulling to the pit lane once again. We got the Red Bull Team Master. So far, so good. Looking to, oh, huge slide coming out of the final corner there. Definitely lost a little bit of time, but he just about improves on his previous time by about 10th or so. Still though, just about good enough for P10. Still plenty of time left to go here during qualifying, just about 7 minutes. Let's see, Haas seems to be on a hot lap. See, Race Boy once again, let's try to hop on board. Hopefully he doesn't exceed track limits here. Getting very slidey coming out of the corner. Setting a purple sector 2 so far, so the track definitely starting to dry out, at least on the racing line. It's gonna benefit anyone who has set a good representative time just now. It's gonna try to clip as much of the inside as possible. Very good job from Raceboy right there. And he goes on provisional pole. So far, the fastest time on the track. As I say that, Boeing 777 once again. Very good job from him. Yeah, the track is definitely getting better now. Gonna start seeing times within the 130s, maybe 128, 129s, 128s in a couple of minutes, I assume. Let's see, we got Bum here. So far, not having a particularly great time in Tier 2, from what I can tell. But trying to make the best out of the situation as he heads into the pit lane. Probably decided time to call it in with his tires. We got Pete finally switching to the inters as we got a yellow for MB Jacobson. Must have lost the rear and to the second straight there. Rightfully gets out of the way so Pete can come through. Very nice. Staying within the track limits in the chicane there. Trying to make the most of the dry line here. Definitely wider and more visible than it was a couple of laps ago. Doesn't lose it on exit, gets a fast Sector 2 time, purple. As Alex Carew tops the time board here with a 130.6. Very nice job from the Haas driver. Pete runs a little bit wide, gets a bit of a squirrely exit coming out of the final corner, but he is just about going to make it into P8. Behind we got the Sauber of A.B. Jacobson finally going out on a hot lap, I assume. Team Master actually retires. Not sure what must have happened there, but maybe felt he was just about had enough of qualifying. There we are. Alright. We got about 2 minutes left of this session. We're just about going to see some of the top drivers start to come out to try and do their last ditch effort for pole position. Let's go on board with Alex Carew, who I think might be starting a hot lap here. Sticks to the inside on turn 3. Gonna have a good run for 4 and 5. Pretty good. Oh, but we got some traffic here, and this might be an issue for Alex. Just about clears out of the way there the Aston Martin. Yeah, definitely going to be a little bit of an annoyance here. As you can see, he is pushing the limits of his car right now. He just about clips the edge of track limits. Purple Sector 2, so must be doing a pretty good job of driving the hell out of that house right now. We got Sauber staying out of the way, good sport. And Alex is going to hit around the final corner to complete his lap here. And he improves with a 129.8. See what else we got. I think we got stay on board with Boeing here. So far looking so good. Very racy on that Williams. I completely missed that, but Pete gets up to P2. And Boeing invalidates. What a bummer. Flew too close to the sun there. Ooh, we're looking very squirrely as he tries to slow the car down. Let's see what else we got. Gavo does finishes. Got Golden Drift, also invalidating. Did not improve on his time. We got Dreams on his final run. Hitting around the final corner here. The Hungaroring. He's gonna make it on pole. Yes, he does. For about 4/10. Very, very good job from the championship leader there. got, I believe, an Aston Martin here. Sheldon Humphreys invalidate. Yep. Got MB Jacobson, the very final of our leaderboard here. I didn't see that, but Raceway actually gets up to P2. 129.6. But MB Jacobson does not improve and stays last, or second to last, for the start here. And I believe that is everyone. That about does it for qualifying. Very competitive field as always, Tier 2. Um, let's see how these drivers will manage here. And that will be all for qualifying today. Dreams on pole position and the Haas with a 129.4, followed by Raceboy. We got Alex Carew, Dreams' teammate, on P3, running on an all Haas sandwich here for the podium. After that, I've got Mr. Little P, the Boeing 777, J-Joe with a very good P6, Sheldon Comfrey, the Aston Martin, the two Aston Martins actually together, Gabo in the McLaren, and Golden Drift will round out our top 10 so far. So yeah, the very competitive tier 2 field. And it looks just about dry, which is going to be really interesting. So definitely must have been some drivers that must have been compromising their qualifying by running a dry setup. Yeah, Haas doing a really good job there, Titan. I assume one must be really happy to see their drivers doing really well in qualifying. Let's see if they can repeat the same feat for the race, for sure. So very good job from the drivers for giving themselves a little bit of time to check the last few adjustments on their setups and the pit strategy for sure. And here we go. We got 5 red lights readying up as we come down to the grid. And it's green as we head for round 6, round 5, I don't remember, of season 14 here in tier 2. Dream's already pulling away, getting a massive start there. Got a little bit of a kerfuffle in turn 1, but so far so good. Everyone is keeping it clean. So we're heading 3 wide into turn 2, turn 3 actually. Very sketchy thing to do. And we already got a spin, and we got a massive crash. Looks to be like the Alpine of Golden Drift involved, as well as MB Jacobson. Multiple people involved there. Very bad stuff. So far, but no safety car, surprisingly. MB Jacobson's going to have to pull for a new wing change, and I assume so does Golden Drift. Let's get back into the rest of the field here. around the top positions. Dream's already pulling a 1.2-second gap from him and Raceboy. Set up the tire strategy here. And Pete already with a 3-second time penalty. Not sure what must have happened. So far, so good. After that lap 1 incident, everyone has managed to keep it clean soon after, but we already got a few gaps starting to form. Here we got the main gap between D-Master and Bum, already 3 seconds behind Captain Redbeard. Probably had to slow down because of the incident at turn 3. Obviously, this track being very, very hard to overtake, more so in this game, with all of the dirty air. Let's see if we can ready up some moves around turn 1 here, but our Dreams, as you can see, already um, well past the RS range. So we got Sheldon Humphrey making a move on Raceboy. He's gonna head down to the inside, on the outside, sorry. Trying to make a move on the Sauber, but so far not successful in doing so. They're gonna go side by side as they head into turn 3 and 4. Ooh, just about giving them enough space. Very, very good. Managed to keep it clean. Hard racing, but Sheldon is going to get the position after all. Very good job from him. We got another time-second penalty for Gabo on the McLaren, with a 3-second time penalty for exceeding track limits. Let's see around the back here. Let's hop on the AlphaTauri Jejo. Looking so far so good, but I think Raceboy is having a little bit of trouble coming out of the inside. Pete is going to ready up a move, and he takes the place. But oh my goodness, just about 3 wide. I'm not sure if Alex had to lift there. Very, very dangerous sort of stuff, but I think they just about managed to get away with it. So we got Alex and Jeju side by side coming into turn 4. Now it's going to have to relinquish that place to the AlphaTauri after all. Yeah, we got a little bit of a pack going on here, and it's very, very entertaining. All of this for the final podium spot, I believe. Oh, and we got a spin there. Mr. Lethal Feet. Oh my goodness, there's a little bit of contact blowing at the Gabo and the McLaren there. Mr. P, who was running in P3, now down to P9. Not what he wanted to see. We got Captain Redbeard pulling into the... Well, yeah, very, alright, interesting. Interesting to do that. I can't blame him, though. It's really easy to miss the pit lane there, and just going to retire. Alright, moving on. We got the battle for P3 still. All the way down from Raceboy to Boeing. Really, as I mentioned, really hard to make a move around this track. There's no overtaking zones apart from the first few corners. That's it. It is not impossible, just really hard. Raceboy gets a bit of a bad exit, but Alex looking to make the move, but he had to lift there. He did not have the right amount of space to be able to hold the move. He's going to try around the outside of turn 1. Let's see if this one sticks, and it might as well, because he just, yeah, he looks like he was able to gain the position there from Raceboy. Raceboy looks like he might be starting to struggle a little bit on the mediums. Yeah, he's really struggling to get the grip down. As we see J-Jo trying to attack on the outside. Oh, J-Jo clips the curve, I see him, and goes into a half spin. Just about manages to keep the car off the track, but really dangerous stuff there. You see Boeing heading up for a move around the outside of Damie, but really hard to do so in this zone. It's gonna have to be a little bit more patient, I think, to be able to make that move happen. And Raceboy, as far as I can see, still struggling on those mediums. Cannot get the grip down. So we had a little bit of a loss of focus right there. But here we got Damie really trying to make that move on the inside work. He's gonna scare off Raceboy just a little bit, but he just about manages to keep his place. They're gonna go side by side, coming into turn 3 now. Yeah, looking a little bit of squirrely there. He's gonna have to lose positions. Not sure what must have happened there. Not sure if it's the medium or maybe if it's overdriving the car, but Raceboy has lost a lot of positions ever since the start there. Not great for the Sauber driver, and yeah, looks like he had a little bit of a slide coming onto the chicane here. So far, this battle for P4, what seems to be the closest battle we have. Dreams in a league of his own, already 3.3 seconds ahead of Sheldon. Golden Drift gets a 3-second time penalty for ignoring track limits. Very easy to do so in this track. Here we go, we got Boeing overtaking Raceboy. Yet another position lost for Raceboy. He's not having a good time. Gotta get the assistance of DRS here as he tries to complete the move on this Sauber. Locks up, goes a little bit wide, but I think at this point he has to relinquish. Very good stuff from Boeing there on his first race here at MRL. Very good job. Oh, I see Gabo railing up a move on the outside as yeah, manages to get past Raceboy yet again. Another position lost for Raceboy. He's just dropping places insanely. I believe he also got a time second penalty. That's not going to do him any favors. But I think at this point, the mediums are starting to wear off, and looks like it's going to be a little bit of a tire management run, at least until the net set of pit stops here. And what do we have going on back here? The Master trying to overtake Rich Sebi and Cedo Far. Not sure what must have happened there, but it's a very tight spot. I'm not sure you want to overtake there. Very interesting stuff. Got J-Joe and Race Boy looking it out here once again, side by side on turn 3. A little bit of wheel banging, but so far so good. Oh, looking might have almost took themselves out there, but just about managed to um, make it stick there. But yeah, Race Boy not doing particularly great so far. Let's try and look at the position changes. Yeah, you got our biggest loser so far, Raceboy, with 6 positions lost, and so, Sheldon Humphrey being so far our biggest gainer here, with 5 positions gained since the start of the race. Got Pete running about 3 or 4 tenths behind the Sauber here. Looks like he might as well try to ready up the move here. And Raceboy finally dips into the pit lane, deciding his tires are finally done. Probably for the best here. He's gonna have to regroup and try his best for the net stint here. It's like the field is finally starting to neutralize a little bit after a few 8 or so laps of being back to back pretty much. Let's see, who we got as our closest person here. I think it might actually be this battle between Boeing and Gabo. Boeing picked up a 3-second earlier for going off wide like that. Not something you want to do, especially in case there's a safety car restart. Gabo picks up another, I believe, another 3-second time penalty. 12 sits. No bueno. But looks like Boeing might have made a mistake there because now he's dropped out of 1.4 seconds behind the McLaren there. Raceboy making a move on, I believe, Rich Sebi there. Raceboy on the newer hard tires. Yeah, definitely got a really spread out field now. Mostly going to be tire management for the next few laps until everyone starts coming in. Should be pretty soon. Raceboy, yeah, he might be a move chicane. Um, but I think the one stop is doable in this track. I think um, just about managed to get away with it in Tier 4. So, but given the wear that he has got on these tires during the first stint, he is going to want to make sure that he doesn't overdrive the car this time. Otherwise, he's going to drop like a brick yet again. Although, yeah, 25 laps on the horse is, yeah, a little bit of a danger zone there. So we got a spin from one of the Saubers, MB Jacobson. Oh, looks like he might have lost the rear and clipped the wall there. He has no wing, driving like a... Must have gotten the oval setup of the car here. No downforce, just wing. He's gonna have to put. He's gonna have to pay for a new wing here. Not really having a good time right now. Hitting really wide. As you can see here, Dream's already 4 seconds ahead of Sheldon Humphrey. Current points leader. In a league of his own right now. Got J.J. and Boeing heading out in a battle here. For, I believe, P6. Oh, little bit of contact there. J.J. manages to clip the wing. Oh, God, it's a mess. Oh, looks like they banged doors and threw themselves both off the track. Pete is probably looking at his lips, trying to make a, as he watches this unfold in front of him. Who is our next battle here? D-Master trying to chase down Golden Drift here, but he is on 12 lap old mediums. Must be coming in pretty soon. Yeah, it doesn't look like he's gaining any time there from being out on those old mediums. Alice Carew on the Hearts will be getting the advantage of the Aston Martin there pretty soon. So I missed the move there. I think it was Mr. Lethal Pete and Boeing. As I mentioned before, probably lost a little bit of time there with the incident fighting out with J.J. So that seems to be the case as Pete is able to pick up the scraps left from that battle. We got Phraseboy chasing down the Williams, the City of R here. On those fresher hard tires. He's gonna have the pace advantage as he heads down to sector 2. Alpine drivers switching places there, which steady on the fresher hard tires. We got Boeing coming into the pits. It's gonna send it down the inside. Just about manages to keep it clean. A little bit of wheel-to-wheel contact, but nothing malicious there. Pretty good move from Raceboy there as he tries to climb up the P9. We got Bum here, someone I really haven't looked at during this race. Pete looking like he might have reached the edge of those medium tires as he is all over the place in sector 2. And we got our first pit stops there for the leaders. It is Dreams who comes in, probably gonna switch onto the hard tires. Sheldon Humphrey does as well, as so does his teammate Damie. And Pete is going to pull into the pit lane. Get rid of those old ass mediums. Oh, I forgot my controller vibrated during pit stops. That was a really weird sensation to feel. I'm not sure why they did that, but Sheldon Humphrey getting past Bum here, who is on the older hard tires. And we have a yellow in Sector 1, Sector 2. Looking to be like one of the solvers there. I think it might have been MB Jacobson. Might actually been... No, it might have been Raceboy, actually. Not sure what happened there. Maybe he got a little bit of a slide. Okay, you're chasing down Wing for the 9th place position. Looking to ready up a move here in turn 1. He's gonna head to the outside. Oh, but Boeing outbrakes him. It's not gonna make it easy for the AlphaTauri there. Will he try for another move? No, he won't. Has to relinquish that place for now. We got Dream setting a purple sector 2, looking so far like the best of the grid right now, for a good reason. Gets the fastest lap with a 1:18.4. Pete gets another time penalty for exceeding track limits. Got Jeju and Boeing fighting once again. These guys have been inseparable. It's gonna try around the outside of the Williams. Little bit of contact there, but no harm done. JJ will finally get the place there as they head out of turn 3 and 4. Very good job there from the AlphaTauri. Got the Ferrari of Pete chasing down Rich Semi for P10. 3-lap fresher hard tires, but just about equal pace here. Gotta move for positions in the top 3, but that's Gabo who hasn't been on the 18-lap all hards. Got some position changes as well here in 6th and 7th place. Damie getting past CD4. Yet again, I think the field has sort of neutralized after the first pit stop cycle. But we still got a little bit of some other folks who haven't pit yet there. Case in point, Bomb dropping down a place on the 18-lap all 18-lap all hards compared to Damie. And as for our penalty report, biggest offenders, Pete and Gabo, both with 6-second penalties for exceeding track limits. So we finally get some more round of pit stops here. Bum and Alex Carew Probably gonna switch on to the mediums to the end there. Oh, we got a yellow in Sector 2. One of the Aston Martins has spun. It is Sheldon Humphrey, who is running P3. Good thing is that he had a little bit of a buffer between him and the Haas, but he is going to lose that spot because he is just about getting back up to speed, and he has front wing damage from what I'm able to see here. It's kind of like his teammate through. Very good job there. Trying not to hold him up as much as possible. Yeah, very unlucky for Sheldon there. Gabo in the McLaren finally heads back into the pit lane to switch onto the mediums. And so does Sheldon and CDFR. Sheldon obviously got damage in that incident there. I'm not sure what happened to CDFR there. So finally heading back onto the... Heading up to the mediums? No, this is his second stop, so something must have happened. We got Gabo on MP sets trying to chase down Boeing for 5th place. Looking really close now to 2.5 tenths there. He's gonna try to get a better exit. Coming to the second last corner, but nowhere to go. Let's try on the final corner then. He's gonna get DRS obviously. And side by side as they head into turn 1, but yeah, looks like Gabo manages to take the spot without any fights. Very good job. We got Bum and City of R here. Running off the top 10. Bum playing defensively against City of R, who is trying to get past them. Bum is going to get Rich Sevi, like my words. Yeah, I can see that. He's got about 10 laps or so, so it is very much doable, especially if Rich Sevi gets a time penalty. But I mean, so far so good, guys. It's been a pretty decent, clean race so far. A couple of minor incidents, but nothing terrible. Aside from the incident that we got on lap 1 there, but let's see, Alex Carew already 16 seconds behind his teammate. Dreams on another league. That is absolutely crazy. So before I managed to get past Bum there. bum sliding into the apex of turn 1 as he probably had a little bit of luck up in the rear there, trying to chase down Boeing in the Williams. Yes, Rich Savvy is muy lento. Now he's just about doing fine. P8 without any penalties. He can get a few places considering he got 3 seconds, 3 people with all different types of penalties in front of him. That's something I always try to strive for. It's always a little bit of consistency, you know, trying not to pick up any penalties, picking your battles, and yeah, in the end, it might reward you. Who knows? J. Jones chasing down the McLaren of Gabo. We got a fight here between Pete and Boeing, who was finally caught up to the rear, just about 3 or 2 tenths behind the Williams. Oh, just about managed to get a better run. Coming up the very, very fast left-hander there. As you can see, Pete has already burnt down quite a bit of his battery. Down below we got Bum losing another place to Sheldon Humphrey. Not what you want to see as we got a yellow flag coming off this very final corners there. Not sure what must have happened. Gabo chasing down the Aston Martin here as he heads into Sector 2. On the fresher mediums, I assume. But there must be about equal pace now that the has gotten about 5 laps or so. See if this works out. Rich Savvy and Pete trading positions. So we got another yellow. We got a full course caution here. Oh, it was Race Boy, the Sauber, who must have spun out and hit the wall there. But we got a full safety car right now. So this is going to be a lifeline for the medium runner, for the hard runners. If they decide to pit. Golden Drift, the first to pit here. Switching to a new set of mediums. rotate it, please. Yeah, he is pitting. Don't you worry, MRK. It'd be really dumb not to pit this lap. Ooh, what we got going on here? Side by side in the pit lane. All good, as there's no damage. It's, I believe it's completely legal. Yeah, we got people switching onto the softs, which it might benefit them all, might not, but JJ pits onto the hards. Um, with about 8 laps to go, I'm not sure if that's the right call. Could be around the same pace as the mediums at the end there, but it will be tricky for those to heat back up. Let's see if anyone else is pitting here. Oh, looks like everyone is pitted already. Jacobson and D Master stayed out for what it seems. Yeah, that's a very good point. The softs do die really quickly here. I think the best tire that you could go on was the medium, in my choice. Yeah, it'll be tricky for those hearts to come up to temperature, I think, especially during this final restart. But Sheldon finally deciding to pit. He's gonna lose track position though. And as a reminder, quite a few people with penalties right now. Gabo and Pete being the biggest losers right now with 6 seconds of time penalties. So they are going to lose a lot of places during this last restart, especially if there are no, if there's another caution. A very good job from both of the Haas drivers as they're looking to extend their lead on the Constructors' Championship there with a 1-2 so far. Let's see if we can find the rest of the standings here. Yeah, so far so good for the Haas drivers. Aston Martin looking to make a little bit of a dent with that podium fifth position with Damie if it stays like this.
See if the safety car comes in this lap. Should do so with Yep, it is. So, um, let's see what we got here. We got people going to try to heat up their tires as much as possible here, but as I mentioned, with the hard tires, it's going to be really, really hard. For example, Davey and Alex, if they can somehow get the pace to beat out Dreams on the restart, that will be great for them. And let's see, it looks like we're going already. Dreams taking no time to um, spread out the gap between his teammate there. Let's see what we got here. We got a little bit of a pack going on. D-Master, I think it might be on AI. There's a bit of a tap from Gabo there on Damie, but manages to get going still. Ooh, as we see a sandwich here, and oh god. Huge catastrophe for Gabo, Golden Drift, and Jejo there. I think Boeing as well got involved. 3 wide into that corner was never going to work there. Boeing gets another time-second penalty. Going off track. Got Gabo trying to send it out the inside of Bum in a very, very tricky spot. Has to relinquish the place, but that means Jejo is going to make the most of it and pass him as well. So the two AlphaTauri teammates back to back. So we got a spawn out Williams of Boeing. And that'll do it for his race. If you got another safety car coming up here. Drivers who stayed out choosing to come in for some new tires, as well as those who got a little bit of damage. And D-Master, who I think is still on AI, his car is still going, maybe a little bit of a nuisance once again. And as the saying goes, cautions breed cautions here. Second caution, about 5 laps. I'm not even sure if we made it in a full racing lap after the last restart. This might help out the soft runners a little bit, as they don't have to use as much as of their tires as they want to. As you can see, D-Master was still in AI. I'm not sure what must have happened there. Still being stuck in the middle of the pack with Sauber and the Alpine of Golden Drift. Jacobson right behind him. And the safety car will lead us for another lap. Looks like we're going to have a 2-lap shootout here at the end. Yeah, so this is lap 33. We got 35 laps, so the safety car comes in. We'll have green for we'll stay green for 34 and 35. coming up to Sector 2, still behind the Mercedes AMG safety car. And we finally get the notice safety car in this lap. Once again, we're going to see some zigging and zagging from some drivers as they try to heat up their tires for this final restart. Let's see if Dreams is able to make as much of a gap as he used to on the last restart there. And we are going. Dreams spares no time to get through. The two has right together as they head out of the last corner. See what's going on back here. So far, so good. Everyone has kept it clean. After, as I say that, Golden Drift and Jacobsen, a little bit of contact there, but managed to get going. We have some yellows over here. No, so far so good. We got a little bit of a pack here. Very, very dangerous. Bum. Oh my goodness, what a rejoin that was, or how not to rejoin actually. Oh, that was really, really bad. Not sure what must have happened there. Not sure if Bum outbraked himself, but very, very dangerous to rage on onto the track, especially at that, especially at a high-speed corner like that one. But the Haas driver still wanted to after this first restart, as if there was any doubt. And we got the white flag as we come want to go. Very, very good job from the Haas driver today. And they should be praised, rightfully so. Um, I don't think they made any mistakes with the strategy. Dreams obviously has that massive pace advantage, and so Alex got a little bit of a good strategy there. See a yellow coming out to turn 2 and 3. Not sure what happened there, but so far so good. I don't think anyone's going to make any moves here. You never know. Got Gabo running a little bit of wide, has to let the AlphaTauri through. As we head around the final corner, Dreams takes P1 here at the Hungarian Grand Prix, followed by his teammate Alex Carew for the Haas 1 and 2. Top 3 will be rounded up by Dami in the Aston Martin. P4 by Rich Sebi in the Alpine. As I told you, you never know. A really good job from Rich Sebi there for P4. P5 with the Williams of City of R. And that should do it for the race. Very, very good job. So we got our top 3 here. Dreams making it, Dreams and Alex Carew making it a Haas 1-2. Really good job from them. Will be extending their lead in the constructors here in Tier 2 by a long shot with those 30 or so points. Driver of the day goes to City of 4, fastest lap and cleanest driver also goes to Dreams, and we got Rich Sebi for most overtakes, rightfully so, taken out on lap 1. I managed to recover to P4. We got Dreams, Alex Carew, Damie, Sebi, CDFR, Sheldon Humphrey, Jejo, Pete, Bum, and Gabo rounding our top 10. And after that, we got Jacobson, Golden Drift, and D-Master as our last finishers. Overall, pretty good job. Pretty good job from tier 2 there. Managed to keep a really, really clean race. A little bit of some minor incidents, but nothing that has been um, rightfully wrong in doing so. Pretty good job from them. And yeah, that will pretty much do it for tier 2. I unfortunately will not be doing interviews today, but I would like to thank you all for watching. It was a really fun race to watch. I'm not sure if I'll be in here next week, but definitely stick as we got my personal favorite track and my home track Mexico coming up soon next week here in MRL. And yeah, it's been overall a pleasure. I hope all of you guys have a good rest of your afternoon, good rest of your evening, and stay close with MRL. No tier one stream, unfortunately, this week, but we should be back up and running next week for sure. So that'll be all. Thank you very much, for everyone, and I'll see you next time.